I ask myself this question a lot, and it kind of eats me alive because I don't really understand what I could have done to make my dad resent me so much. And the only thing that makes sense, and I'm not saying this to sound cocky, I'm saying this because it is legitimately the only thing that makes sense to me. I think my dad is intimidated by the woman that I have become.
Wait a damn minute.
Now, we always hear these hyenas talking about how men are intimidated by them and that's why their relationships can't work out. But never have I ever heard a daughter say that her father was intimidated by her and that's the reason why they have a broken relationship.
I think my dad is intimidated by the woman that I have become.
What the hell are you talking about?
This one right here is so crazy, so go ahead and double check and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell for all updates, and if you're new, include new subscriber in your comment below, and I'm going to try my best to respond to all of you. Not going to waste any time here, let's go ahead and get into it.
I ask myself this question a lot, and it kind of eats me alive because I don't really understand what I could have done to make my dad resent me so much. And the only thing that makes sense, and I'm not saying this to sound cocky, I'm saying this because it is legitimately the only thing that makes sense to me. I think my dad is intimidated by the woman that I have become because my dad grew up in a Jehovah's Witness household, and in the Jehovah's Witness religion, women are nothing other than servants. Women don't have their own ideas, women don't have their own opinions, like they just do what their husband tells them to do. That's just how it works. Men are always in charge in that religion, and that shit doesn't fly with me. I have been calling my dad out since I was old enough to call my dad out. And I genuinely feel like at this point in my life, being an adult and still doing that to him is really intimidating. I feel like in his world, he is always right because he's a man, and I'm not gonna sit by and let him keep thinking that, and I genuinely feel like he's intimidated by that. That is the only thing that makes sense because there's no other reason that he should resent me and not have a relationship with me.
Oh, no ma'am. It's one thing to have an issue with your parent and maintain respect. What you don't do is get out of line. You're still the child and that's your parent. The way she's saying calling him out sounds like she was coming at him sideways in a disrespectful way, and it seems like her father is a traditional man, a religious man. So it's very sad that his daughter, she's turned into this modern woke feminist, just running her mouth and oversharing on TikTok. I don't understand why people continue to do this. Like, what is she doing? Trying to be a strong woman and fight patriarchy? Like, this is crazy. And it's not just that religion. Men are always in charge in traditional households everywhere. So no ma'am, your father is not intimidated by you. You're simply out of order. 9 times out of 10, you said something disrespectful and he's not tolerating your disrespect.
Before I get into part 2 of this series, I just want to give you guys an overview of my family because I saw a couple of people leave comments saying that Jeremy saying that he wasn't ready to be a father was a valid statement. I just want you guys to know that I am the oldest of 6 children. If he wasn't ready to be a father when he did it the first time, why would he do it 5 more times? Okay, my twin brothers were born a year and a half after me, and he married my mom when I was 3 months old. If he didn't want this life, he could have walked away from it, but he didn't.
Your mother had you, and he decided that he did not want to leave her and make her a single mother. He wanted to marry her so they could raise you together. Now, you would think that she will be happy about that, but she's probably one of these feminists that believe that men are not needed to raise kids. And then you have her followers up there instigating the situation. You see the comment up there? It says, "Go off, I'm here for it." Really? Here for this woman going in on her own father? I'm telling you, you definitely want to keep your family off TikTok. Keep your kids off of that app. And I would say that I was surprised, but she's out here calling her dad by his first name. She called him Jeremy. I don't know where you come from, but that's disrespectful.
Okay, part 2 of this series. My dad likes to say that me and my sister disappointed the family because we had children out of wedlock. Fun fact, I was born out of wedlock. All of my siblings have Jeremy's last name. I do not. When I was 10 years old, Jeremy promised me, he was like, for your 10th birthday, I'm gonna send in the paperwork and I'm gonna give you my last name. He never did that. Then when I was 20 years old, I found out the reason that he probably never did that is because everyone thought I was some other guy's kid. My mom had been in a long-term on and off relationship with this guy and everyone thought I was his kid. So now I don't know what to think. Maybe I am his kid. Maybe I'm not his kid. Who the fuck knows?
What in the Maury Povich is going on? If they have 6 kids and you're the only one with a different last name and there's a rumor that somebody else may be your father, sounds like you need to talk to your mother because it could be something that she's not telling you. And this is a perfect example of why I believe all kids should have a paternity test at the hospital, no matter if they're married or not. Paternity should be confirmed and established at birth for every single child that's born. There is no reason why we should have grown people walking around talking about they're not sure whether or not someone is their biological dad. So it looks like your problem should be with your mother and not this man.
And I will be damned if he is gonna sit back and talk about my siblings the way that he has talked about me. Like, it's one thing for me to be the scapegoat of the family and for him to tell me that I'm a disappointment, but the fact that my sister is getting that same treatment, and the fact that because me and my sister won't kiss my dad's ass, we can't have a relationship with our brothers, boils my blood.
I guess her plan is to make these videos act like she doesn't know what's going on, gain sympathy from others when she's fully aware of what she's doing. He's upset with both of them because both of them got pregnant out of wedlock. The sister recently followed in her footsteps and had a baby too. On top of that, she said, I think he's also mad that I taught my mom and sister to be independent, and that's not what he wanted. So not only is she fighting patriarchy, she's a rebel that's trying to turn the whole family against him. You're not going to be allowed to do that. You can't run his family.
My son has been asking to see his Uncle Caden and his Uncle Carl a lot lately, and those are my little brothers, but because my dad is the way that he is, I don't get to see them very consistently. Like, since I moved out of my parents' house, I've been kind of in and out of their life, because even if I have my mom's permission to take them, my dad will start drama about it, and my brothers will get in trouble for having anything to do with me. And it used to be that my sister would just take them to her house and everything would be fine, right? We just go see them there. But because my sister and my dad aren't talking, we haven't seen my brothers since like Christmas. And my son keeps asking to go over to see them, and I don't really know what to tell him, and the whole situation just makes me really sad. Because like a couple of days ago, I realized Carl turns 14 at the end of this month, and I don't think I've celebrated a birthday with him since he was like 8. And Caden barely knows us because we're in and out of his life. We're not consistent, and that has to be confusing to the kid. And then I just have to remind myself, Carl knows who I am, and he knows that he can call me, beat me if he needs to reach me. And thanks to me, Caden's name is Caden Michael Anderson and not Fillmore Edmond Anderson. One day he will thank me for that. One day he will be very thankful.
Come on now. Of course you can't take the sons anywhere. You already contaminated the younger daughter. Why would he allow you to plant seeds in the heads of his sons too? She got some evil spirits around her and she's trying to convert the whole family. So many red flags here. I mean, you know she's a rebel already. She's a feminist. I mean, look at the piercing in her nose. That septum ring in her nose, it symbolizes that she's always at war. So yeah, that is a red flag. When you see women like this, you gotta make a run for it. There is no way that you can make a happy, healthy, long-term relationship with a person like this. If you want peace, remember law number 10 when dealing with people like this. Avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. This woman is crazy. And then she's going on TikTok to try to fix crazy. It's making no sense. Like, go get help with your life. Whatever is wrong with you, TikTok is not the place to fix it. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started below in the comments. She said her father is upset with her for teaching her younger sister and her mother how to be independent. And it's not that she can't see her brothers at all. It's just that she's not allowed to pick them up and take them anywhere. They're not allowed to go over to her house or her sister's house anymore. The father used to allow them to go to the younger sister's house, but now since the older sister contaminated the younger sister, the younger kids are not allowed to go over to either one of their houses. Sounds like she's trying to manipulate everybody. She said something about when her mother was pregnant with those kids, she went to all of the doctor's appointments. Like, let's be serious. When her mother was pregnant for most of those kids, she was a minor. But she's out here trying to act like she's competing with her father or something, and it's just crazy. And if she really wanted to know what the problem is, that's the problem. She's trying to be the man of the house, and the father, he's not allowing her to run his household. So, do you think the father is wrong for not allowing her to pick up her little brothers and take them to her house? Go ahead and let me know what you think below in the comments. Special thank you to Roland and Randy. I appreciate both of you for your support for this channel, as well as our brothers Dark Power, Nathaniel, and Mofo Jojo. Want to see more content like this? You can support the channel too. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.